Wagwan masses, welcome back to One Name Sports. And today we're going to do a roundup of all the other sports topics that I failed to cover over the last month or so. Just my niggling thoughts on some of the biggest sports happenings. You see, I'm still in my Laker jersey. Shout out to Kobe still. But without further ado, let's just get right into it. All right, starting off combat sports, UFC. The big dog Khabib, undefeated, went into retirement. 29-0. He's such a great fighter. He does his thing. He's a freaking bear. But with his win and retirement, here comes the boy McGregor talking smack. Talking about this, that, and the third, and what happened in their fight. That's 30-0 is gonna happen. He's gonna come back. I wish it was for McGregor, but I feel like the payday that he got from that Mayweather fight and what he's doing now with his liquor, he don't want to step back in the ring. UFC is small money for him. He'll do an exhibition versus a kangaroo or something to make more money at the moment. But yeah, man, Khabib McGregor. I wish there was a 2. That would be a great 30-0 for him, and then you can actually really retire. He's only 32, so good win, good champion. A lot of them are getting out of the game at the moment, but hopefully he comes back. The next major story is the Tampa versus Los Angeles battle for American sports dominance that's going on right now. Of course, my Lakers, we won the NBA championship, and then Tampa, they went and won the hockey, NHL. So then, crazy, but then for the baseball, it turned out to be Tampa versus LA again. Fortunately or unfortunately, depends on the day. Honestly, I don't really care. But the Dodgers finally, they were known choke artists, but they finally got that pennant. Shout out to Mookie Betts. Black man came through and made your whole team better. You feel me? But yeah, the Dodgers have their championships, and now it's LA 2 with Tampa at 1. And there's a good chance. I was gonna say there's a good chance that it could be LA versus Tampa again in the Super Bowl, but the Rams and the Bucks are on the NFC, so that can't happen. But either way, they could meet in the playoffs, and then the Super Bowl could be, determined by one of those two cities again. The other teams in LA at the moment are not the greatest. San Francisco, in California, not LA. San Francisco is decimated by injury. The Raiders moved to Vegas. Who else is there? The Chargers are trash. Great young QB though. All right, moving on from there. I love motorsports. Don't judge me for this. I am in America, but I'm just gonna touch a little bit on the NASCAR situation. The 7-time world champ, Mr. Jimmy Johnson. He is gone off onto the sunset, and in his final race, his young new teammate Chase Elliott won his first championship. Shout out to him. I've been hearing his name for a long time, and he's still fairly young. His hype was as big as Joey Logano. Now I can see that turning into the new Tony Stewart, Jimmy Johnson kind of rivalry going forward. Hopefully that is for some years to come. And hopefully Bubba Wallace, get a little sprinkle of black in there and make it exciting. Maybe it draws some new fans. But, shout out to him. The sprinkle of black will be good, but I'm about to get to the real black racing champ in a minute. But on from there, we had some boxing highlights. Did y'all see that knockout? Did you see that his abuela felt that hit? He knocked that man so loose. Davis, I can't remember his first name, but my G's, don't hit me like that. Don't hit me. I'm getting a weapon. All right, but yeah, that was a crazy highlight right there. We also have the Tyson v. Roy Jones fight that's coming up. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first heard this, I was like, oh, two older men, publicity stunt, former champions. I don't want to see this. I saw some of these training videos. Yeah, there's some money to be made, and somebody's gonna get hit really, really hard. Now, to me, I haven't looked into the fight details, but to me, this should only be maybe a 6-rounder tops. Meaning, if some kind of power or something don't put somebody down, I don't want to see this going around 9 and 10 and dudes just in there tired, too old, man, can't do nothing. Keep it short, keep it sweet, get your money, get out of there. If nobody gets knocked out, end the fight where both of them can stand and they don't look winded and look crazy. I know for them, they're like, oh, we're former champions. You know, we want to do 10 rounds, and ain't nobody trying to see that. Tyson ain't good for 10 rounds anyway. He was a 2-round knockout king. So, will I be paying for it? No. But I'll probably want to check that fight when it does happen. Now, on a serious front, though, I do and probably would pay for the unification heavyweight belt between Anthony Joshua and Fury. I don't know when it's going to happen. You know, COVID kind of threw everything off, but that's a big fight that we need to see. Hey, if they could have played it right, that would have been a great, like, you know, undercard being Tyson Jones, and then top billing would have been Fury Joshua, you know, something like that. But I'd love to see that fight. I can't wait for it to happen. I'm sick of boxing kind of having 9,000 different belts. It's kind of why everyone's lost interest in it. There's just too many titles going around. You need 4 belts in order to be recognized as the champ. Too many different divisions. Too many people paying people money. So we need to see that, and we need to see all the belts on one heavyweight champ. I don't think we've had a great heavyweight champ since the Klitschko brothers. So hopefully we get that if early next year. Get that fight on the way. I know y'all see it over my shoulder, but we're going to get into the NFL. We start with the bad news. Cowboys suck. I've been saying it for years. I say it on my podcast. The Cowboys are trash. As long as Jerry Jones is involved in this organization, it's not going to work. He's two fingers in the pot. It's too much. No matter who the coach is, he's in charge of moves. He's in charge of drafts. It just doesn't work. It reminds me so much of Man U, and it's, again, at this point, it's kind of feeling like I'm the problem for choosing the wrong teams to be fans of, but he just needs to step away. I'm not gonna really too lie to you. I'm kind of happy we don't have to pay Dak that crazy amount of money that he was gonna get, because paying him, it would regress the team even more. But that now it's like embarrassingly bad, and it's kind of showing that we should have, you know, it's just a bad situation, but he needs to get out of there. But on the positive side, shout out to Mike Tomlin. He is now the winningest black coach in NFL history. So, you know, brothers doing it. And shout out to the Steelers. First time in their history, they started 8-0. They're the most balanced team in football. Most balanced, not the best. The best is still the Chiefs, but they are a scary unit. And any one of their teams, from special to defense to offense, can win them a game. And I don't think any of those units are the best in the league at the moment, but it doesn't take much for any one of them to be. They have the receivers, they have the running back, they have the quarterback, they have the defense, they have the safeties, how you want it. So yeah, right now they're the scariest team. Mahomes is the scariest talent. MVP, he's running away with that. I thought it was going to be Sierra's husband's turn, but not this year, it seems. So, yeah, Steelers, shout out to Mike Tomlin. But from one piece of black excellence to the last piece of black excellence, the GOAT, that is Lewis Hamilton. All right, now for years, I've been watching F1 since I was in Jamaica. And for years, F1 was synonymous with Michael Schumacher and that red Ferrari. He was just ticking off championships, ticking them off. And I was always a fan of the sport more so than NASCAR. just because it's more interesting. There's more technology in there. The tracks are different. You're traveling the globe. It just seemed a little bit more glamorous. But my interest went up exponentially when they had their first black driver and their first black champion in Lewis Hamilton. Now, he did hit a rough patch where he was struggling, and then you had Sebastian Vettel, who just seemed like the biggest a-hole in the world. Like, he was not a likable dude, but the dude was a winner. And he blew up the Red Bull brand, and they just looked unbeatable. And then it was Lewis over at Mercedes, and he's just been doing it consistently. Races in and out, qualifying on track. On Sunday to clinch his championship in the rain, he had a bad start. He spun out. Like, so many things happen, and every which way, his driving is just impeccable. And now he's comfortably sitting as the greatest of all time. Now, Schumacher might have better, I think it's wins per races, but they're tied on championships. It's just Lewis now has the lead in the amount of wins, which he got as well. But it's just phenomenal, man. And I did read stories. I don't know the name of the other black driver that's hoping to break into F1 as well. But it's inspirational, and he's never disowned his blackness. Even just growing his hair out, getting a little fix, a little tiger treatment. But either way, even just doing that and having braids and just being a dude, it's just nice to see, man. And he knows what he is. He's the epitome of class. And shout out to King Lou, man. I'm never gonna drive that fast. I don't try to. My car is not built to go up to those speeds. I'm more of a luxury guy, but yeah, Lewis Hamilton, man, greatest I've ever seen, the greatest we'll probably ever see, and they can't wait to get him out of there. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know the Max Verstappens, the Vettels, a lot of them, they don't like seeing it. Not that it's overtly racial, but it's like, bro, I'm tired of seeing you win. Like, if Lewis wasn't there in the sport, it would have probably been Verstappen would have had maybe 2 or 3 championships already, because he just has the talent. And they're just mad. Lewis is relatively young as well. He's not showing any signs of slowing down. It's not like what's going on with Vettel. Vettel just doesn't have it anymore. I don't know if it's desire. I don't know what it is, but he's not showing that at all. He's still getting the most wins in the season, so he can do this predictably for another 3-4 years. And I know they hate to see the back of that jersey, just like when I was out there doing my thing with the ball on my feet. But let me stop playing. But yeah, shout out to Lewis Hamilton again, man. It's something that I'll tell my kids of and show highlights to whenever they come around. So it's inspirational, and I'm glad to see it, man. He's up there to me in one of my people I look up to, or one of my heroes. It's him, it's Kobe, Barack, but class all the way. Anyways, if I missed out on anything, I couldn't see any cricket highlights. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But if I missed out on anything, just drop in the comments section below. Tell me if you are looking forward to that Mike Tyson Roy Jones fight. And thank you again. This has been One Name Sports. Please like, subscribe, and share. Peace.